you're saying, why should we do it if we wait and they get the bomb? The Americans will do it.
The issue of Iran armed with a nuclear capability is not an Israeli problem, it's an international problem.
So wait and let us do it.
If I prefer that somebody will do it, I always prefer that the Americans will do it.
Welcome to the Gaza Strip, where the wholesale slaughter of father, son, mother, daughter gets not a blip, but a bleep, cause the census got a lot of grip. American weapons are knocking down a lot of shit. The kids got nothing but rocks to play with. They throw them at tanks and get shot. Every day it's murder, not a bat, not a ball. The only toy belongs to the cat on the wall. Amidst the rubble, you can barely feel the terror creeping. Children frolic near a painting of Niobe weeping. For her children it was slain by Apollo, completely unaware of the pain that would follow. 2,000 slain in Operation Protective Edge, all cause the Mossad murdered a couple Israeli kids. Americans should be forced to watch the lava drip. I hope you enjoy your trip to the Gaza Strip. Welcome to Gaza. Welcome to Gaza. Welcome to Gaza. Welcome to Gaza.
But it's unrealistic to think that Israel doesn't have nuclear weapons or would not use them for its survival. So why be cagey about it?
Well, I think that, let's suppose for a second, I'm going to avoid answering this question, okay? Here, I'm being openly evasive.
Okay.
Israel has been engaged in war crime and is sanctioned by the West to commit more crime. The people keep asking themselves how many more times. In the last year and a half, this is 4 times.
Ultimate revolution, this method of control by which people can be made to enjoy a state of affairs which, by any standard, they ought not to enjoy. This, I mean, the enjoyment of servitude. The scientific dictatorships of the future, and I think they're going to be scientific dictatorships in many ways.
You're gonna have to turn your television off if you really wanna know what's going on. But it ever pleases, the great harlot has become drunk with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. Burnt offerings got you altering your thesis. Trauma-based mind control, keep you chasing golden fleeces. Don't let them snatch you out your wagon. To escape you'll need a chariot drawn by fire-breathing dragons. To see the big picture you simply must imagine the horror of Babylon and the Miss America pageant. Smirking at you fervently with a certainty, giggling at the goyim, secretly calling them serpent seed. Cursedly gazing upon every man breathing, so eager to ban freedom, reading from the Sanhedrin. Guarding the world's 5th largest arsenal, 400 warheads unofficially. You can't see them, hell-bent to conquer a land that's stolen. They created a monster, now they can't control them. They go them.
Can you imagine a world where no one suffered from?
You would have to stretch your imagination. Blood profiteers have taken over your nation.
Can you imagine a world where no one suffered from?
It's more difficult than ever before. If they had their way tomorrow, they'd make it against the law.
You don't know the laws until you read the protocols. Manufacture the golem, but first the Holocaust. A 16th century mystic, know the cause. Kabbalistic as Isaac, savage from the Zohar. A savage who likes to bullshit on Sabbath. In it with witches, just to worship the planet Saturn. Talmudic euthanizer, shoot the 2-timer. But Rothschild shielded, name change, new attire. Judeans conspiracy through the fire. Luke don't bite his tongue, he puts it through the wire. Literally atomic bite like Dracula. Finance from Kimberly diamond mines in Africa. It's a nuclear day, but the troops in the way. Stronghold molded from nuclear clay. The golem, solely built to kill the goyim. Deploy them, holy shit, how you destroy them? Can you imagine a world where no one suffered
stretch your imagination. Blood profiteers have taken over your nation. Can you imagine a world where no one suffers? It's more difficult than ever before. If they had their way tomorrow, they'd make it against the law.
Manufacture the go. Take the dust and make it into a shapeless husk. Sculpt the form with a naked bust and bake the crust. Now they must place trust into the sacred figurine. With rigor they can rig a scene. They dominate the big machine, disguising blatant lust for war as prophecy. But the prophets that guide them all are what they prophesy. Hypocrisy, stopping the peace rally and claim to offer peace. Then ride the golem beast into the belly of the office feast. Aim shots at doctor, priest and politician to replace deceased or on a mission. Above the law, beyond protest, behind a statuette. A world held hostage, no escape, a blind attack or threat. Exploiting states of fear to stage a crisis. They're the child of Al, Amun Ra and Lady Isis. Decipher red heifer, now the clue is near. It won't get better, it's new and clear, it's nuclear. Smothered in corruption and professional denialism. Enemy of the free world.
You would have to stretch your imagination. Blood profiteers have taken over your nation. Can you imagine a world where no one suffers? It's more difficult than ever before. If they had their way tomorrow, they'd make it against the law.
The desire to enslave our fellow man is unfortunately intrinsic to the human character. It has been with us since the beginning of time, on every continent and in virtually every culture. From ancient Egypt to Babylon to Greece and Rome, Africa, Asia, Europe, and the United States. It's a disease of our human nature, yet people are under the impression that it no longer exists.
As long as you behave like a slave, you'll remain in the jacket. They keep you straight and grip you up in court like a racket. Represented, ain't it fantastic? Your attorney and your judge study the same magic. You are an infant, a person that's unsound. They give you life vests, take it off and you will drown. At least that's what they try to teach you. They give you A and B, I don't subscribe to either. You should see stone cold through their fallacy when they try to control the debate with a duality. Pick one, then you think you got a choice. You've essentially squandered your motherfucking voice. I talk to the masses to see what I find, and eventually I gathered 500,000 like minds. Fuck 1,000,000 men, there's 100 more times than what you thought. That consensus was created by crimes. Your First Amendment is deader than a doornail. Speaking your mind will get you fined or more jail. We're building bombs that you wouldn't believe. You want the right to bear arms, roll up your sleeve. Your First Amendment is deader than a doornail. Speaking your mind will get you fined or more jail. We're building bombs that you wouldn't believe. You want the right to bear arms, roll up your sleeve. As long as you behave like a slave, you'll remain in the basement, lost in a labyrinth of your enslavement, wandering in a CIA-approved arrangement, listening to a blabbermouth for entertainment. The truth ain't what it's cracked up to be. Patriots are manufactured in a factory. Most so-called hate groups they've all been to. ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center. You might hear my words ungodly and jest, but you don't know about the wicked Dr. Jolly and West, who looked after Tim McVeigh right up until his death. Sirhan, Jack Ruby, and probably Koresh. Some say Oswald was just one lone nut. Others will say the CIA murdered JFK, so what? The human animal makes me want to channel Lord Milner and execute everybody who's off kilter. All this out of order, that's what they're saying. It's soon to be brought down, and they ain't playing. Fluorides in your water, that's what plan.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am. And I am not capable of bowing to a man. And I am not capable of granting jurisdiction. Especially considering the fact that you're a fiction. Especially considering the fact you ain't real. And I'm flesh and I'm blood and I breathe and I feel. And I'm here and I'm now, I exist in this time. And the only place that you exist is the mind. And the only evidence of your existence is paper. I'm 80% water, you ain't even made of vapor. You ain't nothing but a figment of the imagination of men and women whose opinions held as legislation. But how does that opinion then create an obligation upon an autonomous sovereign without a nation? I'm saying, as a king I stand above your law, and it doesn't even matter whether or not I cross your bar.
The First Amendment is deader than the doornail. Speaking your mind could get you fined or more jail. We're building bombs that you wouldn't believe. You want the right to bear arms? Roll up your sleeve. Your First Amendment is deader than the doornail. Speaking your mind could get you fined or more jail. We're building bombs that you wouldn't believe. You want the right to bear arms? Your beloved America's a British colony de jure. The king funded both sides of the Revolutionary War. The people does not include you. You're a whore. You can verify that in Barron vs. Baltimore. Look on your deed and you'll see the word tenant. Slaves cannot own property, just rent it. Social Security's in place to enslave us. The trust fund, they blew it. Stewart vs. Davis. It's all typed out in black and white. Decided very long ago how you'd react and fight. Contingency plans were drawn up exact precise on how to distract your nice from the facts of life. They polarized the people to attack and fight within groups searching for truth and hijack the plight. I knew a few patriots who lacked the price. One of them's drunk in a lounge singing Mac the Knife. The other two have disappeared unheard of. Some say suicide, others say murder. Watch out for patriots on the radio. Many know the truth, but they simply won't say it though. I ain't looking for beef, cause mostly are friendly. But Alex Jonestein juices as kosher as any. Another money bomb, how much can you lend me? What can I get with 3 quadrillion pennies? Your First Amendment is deader than a doornail. Speaking your mind will get you fined or more jail. We're building bombs that you wouldn't believe. You want the right to bear arms, roll up your sleeve. Your First Amendment is deader than a doornail. Speaking your mind will get you fined or more jail. We're building bombs that you wouldn't believe. You want the right to bear arms, roll up your sleeve.
The Jewish people seem to run 90% of all the media and all of the Hollywood movies.
All right, thanks for the call. Everybody hates the Jews. Oh my God.
By the way, Larry didn't say he hated the Jews.
Question, why are you still breathing? I mean, why haven't you really just taken a toaster oven and thrown it in the bathtub with yourself and had a party? Because that's what you need to do.
I mean, Abe Foxman of the Jewish ADL admits that the 8 largest movie studios are run by Jews. Joel Stein, also Jewish. Joel Stein says, of course the Jews run Hollywood and the movies and the media. And Jason, please don't call yourself the info warrior if you don't even know those basic facts. Ben Stein. He was asked by reporters, the Jews own Hollywood, and he looked at the reporter like he was nuts. He said, well, of course the Jews run and own Hollywood. So what? According to Jason Vermis, you even dare to say that the Jews run Hollywood.
The man come and take you away.
My ears are similar to Jack Nicholson's in that movie Wolf. I can hear the hair grow on a juicy bush. I can hear well beyond 40,000 hertz. I can hear shit that make a pit bull's ears hurt. I can hear aliens whispering about Earth, people mining their diamonds while they fixing the worth. I can hear my niggas' pens scrape across the paper as they write me from prisons manufactured to enslave ya. I could hear my fans in Idaho talking about payday should have been signed long ago. I can hear some the Redstone in the convo talking to Les Moonvest in his 5-0. I could hear pharmaceutical giants talking in their boardroom what they do to their clients. I am here to announce I can hear you, motherfucker, when you ain't even open your mouth. I know what you're gonna say way before you even say it. I know the game you're playing, I'm just not gonna play it. I know this is Andre the Giant, gonna can't start to slaughter. I know that 11 truth will destroy the new world. Let me make this clear as I possibly can. Fuck the messages the queers who be mocking me send. Your government is not your mommy or your friend. The FDA is a monster murdering men. Your representatives are genetic clones. If you open up their closet, you're bombarded with bones. Kept quiet by the wealth and such. If they open up their mouth, they will self-destruct. I pray to Bob you ain't buying the news, cause their primary job is the lying confused. Don't misconstrue, keep your eye on the rules. America's now run by Zionist Jews. The same way a warden runs a prison, the warden has a boss inmates cannot vision. The owners have no religion that you've heard of. Their mission statement is genocide and mass murder, murder, murder.
I know what you're gonna say when before you even say it. I know the game you're playing, I'm just not gonna play it. I know this is Andre the Giant going against Sergeant Slaughter. I know 9/11 truth will destroy the new world disorder.
I've been doing it so long that nobody expects my bars to be in order, but that's where they wrong. I'm not interested in all these hyped up, overblown producers charging $1 zillion because of their name and bopping their head in the studio, faking, trying to get me to buy the track by bopping their head, and the record is garbage. I want some hate. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I don't give a flying fuck if you're a fan of Captain Alex Panic. He was manufactured in a lab right off the South Atlantic for the purposes of acclimation of the population and the desensitization to the open proclamation. Beyond him, you could easily see one does not need a motherfucking degree. This is not an attack or a critique, just an observation of fact, what I speak. The creatures who own him will leave you hurt or murder you like rubbing some dirt off of their shirt. Gatekeeper extraordinaire, you don't like that, I do not care. I'm just here to disseminate truth, and everything I state is fact, I have absolute proof. $1 billion can go a long way, they have 4 trillion with which they can play.
I know what you're gonna say when before you even say it. I know the game you're playing, I'm just not gonna play it. I know this is Andre the Giant going against Sergeant Slaughter. I know 9/11 truth will destroy the new world disorder. They smile in your face like they ain't got no problems with you. They're trying to build their case, and once they do, you're through.
The fans look upon me, thinking they slick like Fonzie, but I got a lot of dirty pictures and some laundry. I write my name on they train like I'm Gandhi. Educated at Oxford, just call me Gandhi. But I ain't no front man, don't put your life in the hands of a likable milk toast stunt man. I use socially unacceptable grammar whenever the fuck I want, man, and you just a cunt, man. You getting fucked by the pimps in the Senate and the Parliament. You should have repented. You're a part of it. Tyranny is being passed around the hill, and they ain't even authorized to read the motherfucking bill. They know things, but they ain't allowed to say that. That's cause they've been purchased by APAC. Payday, why ain't you signed, man? You rockin'. Sorry, man. I've been blacklisted by 8 Foxmen.
Ain't that a shame? War is a game. They know your name. They know your number. And your address is the same.
Database working, unveil the curtain. NSA snooping on your conversation for searching. Your freedom is being buried and the media is highly paid to keep you from worrying. They made you a slave from cradle to grave. Plato's cave, concur with the way you behave. Everything I say, true experts know that. Disagree, homie, and you must be popping Prozac. Lackeys with neckties get asphyxiated. That's the only practical purpose Freemasons made it. I don't play with B'nai B'rith, Knights of the Golden Circle, that KKK shit. Anything to cause strife among the Goyim and facilitate the Talmudic war to destroy them. Jokers don't concern me, I got that game on lock. They're like turnkey, turnkey, turnkey.
Ain't that a shame? War is a game. They know your name. They know your number. And your address is the same.
Everywhere you go, you got a track phone. They can see you when you leaving the premises, when you coming back home. Soon you'll be relegated to an exact zone, a slave grid built upon the taxpayers' back. So many holes in this story, it's retarded, unreliable. Control of the story from the start is what they try to do. 9/11's a joke, your leaders are maniacal. Shape charges used to cut steel, undeniable. The same motherfuckers who knock down the towers, you see them in D.C. Wave hello, they don't say hi to you. well aware of the poisons that are sprayed on you. When they shut the fuck up, cause that's what they're paid to do. I'm so thankful for the things I got, and my plant can't grow if it ain't hot, and off the grid with a spot, man. But if you wanna come and see me, I'm near Frankfurt and Cop, man. Sometimes you can catch me in your Transylvania. The hood is good, but the woods up in Pennsylvania provide a serene surrounding. You ain't got no cares, you could even feed the bears if it's sounding. Ain't that a shame? War is the game. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. They know your name. That's right, they know your number, and your address is the same.
450 members of Israel's armed forces telling their government, hell no, we won't go. To the West Bank or Gaza, that is, declaring that while they would defend Israel with their lives, they will not serve in an army of occupation and have opted to do time in prison rather than a tour of duty in Palestine.
Your media content reflect that of a depraved lunatic with a bloodlust nothing can save. I'm amazed at the way in which Goyim behave, bowing to Zionists who vow to destroy and enslave. There's only one government in the Middle East who attacked America 2 times at least. They bombed a ship and left 34 deceased. With friends like them, you don't need enemies. Anytime somebody call attention to fake news and name the owners, and they automatically hate Jews. Anybody come to me with that and they straight lose. I paid dues, too many to fall for the great rules. Understand the mechanism by which they operate. For their agenda to thrive, there's gotta be a lot of hate. I'm amazed at the ways in which you fell victim, obediently believing the lies you've been given. Hollywood news got you lost in the herd. This just in, all of your reports are absurd. I will expose the source of the scourge and never apologize or divorce from my words. Stand up, say no to the insanity. Grow some testicular, show some humanity. Your arrogance is outside the galaxy. It's not about reality, it's all about a salary. The central bank stole all your dues. Hollywood been dropping clues. The mainstream media confused. They are all run by Zionist Jews. The central bank stole all your dues. Hollywood been dropping clues. The mainstream media confused. They are all run by Zionist Jews.
I can answer you with 2 words. A war crime. My government is now engaged in a massive war crime, killing hundreds of innocents. It's not just a war crime against the Palestinians. It's a crime against the Israeli people. On behalf of thousands of Israelis that are demonstrating right now in the streets of Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and in many other places, with Palestinians, with internationals, people from all kind of background and all parts of the Israeli society are completely ashamed against this crazy assault.
Never heard of me? No. Once I get my big head, next step, human life. You will know my name, my friend. That is just the beginning. Once I strike the chains I need, I will own every morsel, every kernel, all your seeds. You can't call these seeds.
Monsanto, where creative chemistry works wonders for you.
There was a time I did not want you to know my name, but now a greater time is coming. Some things have changed. I got a greater greener thumb and some brand new strains. I keep it purple as a plum when I handle things. If you don't want to pay the price, then it's not too nice. For a little grain of rice, I will charge you twice. I know you want to call the cops and report a heist, cause I just invaded your crops and they're all on ice. I hope you don't think I'm concerned with what the courts do. I handle magistrates with stacks of cake like a boss do. Legislators get drunk and play horseshoe and bullshit about how much money I made them on the offshoot. My product winds up on your property, I call you and tell you if you want a lawsuit, it's gonna cost you. 2-2, gotta go real quick, but I'll be right back with a man that's slick in a 3-piece suit and a stack that's thick. If you don't like that, you can suck my dick, suck my dick.
Once I get my big patent, you will know my name, my friend. Once I slice the jeans I need,
shall be sold, species sliced and cloned. No food shall be grown. Monsanto doesn't hold.
The field is burning. You'd never know. Lawmakers learning just how to play the role.
Everywhere they've gone, this is all they've ever done.
They call Monsanto rude. Why? Cause I believe I should control the whole food supply. My seeds bloom and die. So what if they made thousands of Indian farmers commit suicide? That's a small price to pay when elite lives are saved. You can't complain, it's pure alchemy. Protesters on Wall Street looking up at us elite as we drink champagne from the balcony. Now ain't that a slap in the face after being tackled and hassled with some shackles and mace? There's a Talmudic war and a battle for space to rope Gentiles in and keep the cattle in place. It's been thoroughly shown by now. Duh, you should have known by now. The non-Jew is here to serve me plenty as I sit back and eat like an Effendi. And I'm not the only rabbi in the synagogue speaking this. We're obsequious and we've been involved. I'll get my pig patent cause I'm truly due. And ultimately, Goyim, the pig is gonna be you.
Once I get my pig patent, you will know my name, my friend. Once I slice the genes I need, I will own the whole world. See, open up your eyes, see the Talmudic war. They plan to chip your fat, your little babies from the door. You see, they got a little chip that you won't even know. To follow you around everywhere that you go. You better say no to Mr. Monsanto.
Sayanim, how have you been? I think we're gonna need your help again. Remember the passports from Britain, my friend? We need 20 more from Saudi and Yemen. What is coming is big and it is gonna sell. Much bigger than the King David Hotel. America's military should never say that. We are the bomb when we dress like the Arabs. US will fight our war physically. It is ironic what we did to her liberty. We provide security for the news czar. Modern day Stern Gang giving him his cue cards.
Our job, baby, for real. That's not just the way that I feel. Everybody will be knowing the deal. Yeah.
Rebellious teens on the dance floor, move their body. Get down, dance to Illuminati. Sayanim on my team now, who the Gotti? Ski mask and a brand new Lugashati. In the club, I don't play with the llama toes. Your mama knows I deliver like dominoes. Tel Aviv Steve, I rock Americana clothes. School of Assassins, I'm on the honor rolls. I drop gems, you should ponder those. We turn peaceful Muslims to Geronimos. Citizens are comatose. We do the president like we did Osama, and Obama knows.
Our job, baby, for real. That's not just the way that I feel. Everybody will be knowing the deal.
We're gonna do it like that. Yeah, I wanna do it like that. We're
they look like Palestinians. The U.S. Army call us ruthless and cunning. Shouldn't talk like that. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Get ready for change of life, change of way of life. You will know what it's like to be bombed. These Arabs are godless creatures. 1 million Arabs are not worth a fingernail of a Mossad Mel. Peace to Mossad Mel. This is Tel Aviv Steve. I'm giving you open secret, but it will be of no bearing. You see, we own the information dissemination apparatus. If you only knew or cared to know, do you want to be millionaire? Deal or no deal? If price is right. Enjoy your nightly news, Goyim. You will be well informed. They will tell you everything you need to know.
Listen what the old heads say. When you wish to escape from the daily grind, find a little peace of mind. All you have to do is listen what the elders say. Listen what the old heads say.
Louis T. McFadden said without reservation, this Federal Reserve is slated to enslave the nation. The jury's been heard. If you want to fly above the clouds, you do not have to be the son of a Lindbergh. Senators away for holiday, the bankers doing business, wrapping presents for Goyim on Christmas. No Santa Claus decor, but they can start a war in Shekinah on Hanukkah and Purim.
Your masquerade is wearing thin.
It ain't a mystery now.
I finally know where to begin.
We've identified the cabal.
Your Ponzi scheme will be destroyed.
And I ain't talking about your Madoffs.
Soon as the people get annoyed,
the whole bureaucracy is getting laid off. Money changers had a stranglehold, they still do. There's no telling what these corporate fellas they will do. Microchips in your wrist is a real true story. You're better dead than fed before they kill you. Money changers had a stranglehold, they still do. There's no telling what these corporate fellas they will do. Microchips in your wrist is a real true story. You're better dead than fed before they kill you.
Invited 9/11 truthers into his administration. If they believe that he's just another one of these guys, he is in danger.
I want to truth the mayor of every city. I want to make him ride around and blast my sound. I want to open every single door and educate the law about the rogue government that brought those towers down. In the basement with no reception, the NSFBIA tapped my phone. Like I said, I see them when I am leaving, and there's someone still there the moment I come home. I did all of my due diligence, but still they spit in my face. In eloquence that made him set me up and lock me away. 9/11 truth is an unpopular thing, cause you're talking about the proof that you got the Mr. King. It don't make him wanna dance, it don't make him wanna sing, especially when you tell him about the Israeli ring. Don't talk about that, that's out of bounds. Social suicide. You could have a most unfortunate accident, but something going on right here that's so easily known. I think you know just what the fuck it is, don't you, Mr. Jones? Remember George Humphrey in your studio during commercial break?
anybody, I mean, he was a liar, though. You know, one time I had him on the radio, and he was cussing, and I delayed him once. I said, please don't cuss again. I delayed him again, and I said, okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Cooper, have a good one, and thanks for being with us this evening. Again, this is all, I guess it's not good news, it's not bad news, it is just the news, and I'll be trying to keep in touch with you. God bless. You too. You too. Take care. Take care.
There's a vast conspiracy here, people, and it's bigger than what you thought. A lot of your favorite New World Order illustrators have been threatened with death or simply bought. You're witnessing a transition, if you will entertain. Mr. Jones is owned by technicians who control things frame by frame. If you're just looking for the truth, then I am just like you. Their solution is a detriment to the Christian, Muslim, Jew. The tyranny's coming around. You are not safe. We'll make you duck down from a sound. With the prisons they built and top they got all around. You think it's great. Make your kids dress up just like a school for your children. Red brick houses all around. School for your children. Little red brick houses all around. 9/11 truth is always on my mind, cause I think about the murder and I think about the crime and I think about the institutions fucking with your mind. Little red brick schoolhouses built for the blind. This is just a smithereen. Well, you know what I mean. On 9/11, they blew people to smithereens. Bombs, baby, bombs. You gotta be out of your mind. Watch Milton 7. It's very simple. Elementary puzzle. Not a complicated riddle. Let's expose this new world order. For what it is. It's not that difficult to do. Yeah, I remember I heard somebody say, when the stars were strong, we could have a democratic society. Was the first song ever sung. We could have great wealth concentrated. With skies forever blue. Concentrated in the hands of few. They were meant for me and you. Can't have both. I made a vow as a child to speak the truth unless a lie was needed to relieve the noose. But the rope's been cut, yo, I'm freed, it's loose. Now the power lies totally in me to choose, and I pick reality. So please excuse if it conflict with the fantasies they feed the fools. If it's a game, most are guaranteed to lose. Like 4th Ave said, you better read the rules. Somebody told you Mr. P's amused. They lied to you like junk mail, telling you you're pre-approved. MICs get used like 3s and 2s and 4s. Cause whenever I squeeze it, ooze. Hip-hop's power could breed the tools to liberate a whole nation. Like Moses when he freed the Jews. But at this very moment, slavery's being used worldwide. Didn't you read the news? Who shot JFK? Oswald pulled the trigger, but we know it's much, much bigger. Whenever there's a powerful man that stands for freedom, they turn on a machine that's programmed to delete them. Who shot MLK? Earl Reed pulled the trigger, but we know it's much, much bigger. Whenever there's a powerful man that stands for freedom, they turn on a machine that's programmed. Ronald McDonald couldn't flourish globally on the scene without McDonnell Douglas, designers of the F-15. When your leaders do shiesty business far away, it's unsuspecting civilians who often pay. You know what makes these men pretend so well? It's a 3-letter word that begins with O and ends with L. I ain't trying to be in the middle. I can't stand men who thrive on war. Not even a little. The machinery operates effortless. The relationship between big business and big government is incestuous. And when the mainstream media joins in, it becomes a 3-way. Brother, sister, and cousin. Fucking like it's D-Day. And that's a fucking fact. Check it. Hey yo, something ain't right. Like the CIA's track record. To protect business interests abroad, they removed a slew of democratic rulers and had dictators installed. But tell me, who shot RFK? So hand pulled the trigger. But we know it's much, much bigger. Whenever there's a powerful man that stands for freedom, they turn on a machine that's programmed to delete them. Who shot Malcolm now? A Muslim pulled the trigger, but we know it's much, much bigger. Whenever there's a powerful man that stands for freedom, they turn on a machine that's programmed to the. We all know the U.S. government's crooked and evil and should be completely overthrown by the American people. The first revolution was a beginning, not a consummation. This generation, you know there's gotta be a sequel. Even physically, it's feasibly within us, but the tree of liberty, it needs to be replenished with the blood of patriots and tyrants alike. But it don't have to be violent despite what some men may say. There's a much better way. Non-cooperation with Satan. Look at all the taxes we pay. If 90 million of us didn't hand over green, that would kill the Pentagon mass murder machine. And if we held on to the moment, we could suffocate government and corporations that essentially own it. But without these $150 Nikes on my feet, my life be incomplete, won't it? Who shot JFK? Oswald pulled the trigger, but we know it's much, much bigger. Whenever there's a powerful man that stands for freedom, they turn on a machine that's programmed to delete them. Who shot MLK? But we know it's much, much bigger. Whenever there's a powerful man that stands for freedom, they turn on a machine that's programmed to delete them.
Napster and the way things are these days. Fuck Napster and fuck you. Music is supposed to be free.
Lost the shadows, men who pretend to make the world more free. The ones that run your government, messing with them, that's only gonna summon Fourth World War III. Very short, just watch how they loving it. Cause when them things come from Russia with the missiles, they 40 feet deep, we all stuck up above. Anyone unprepared making millions, you better start building underground skyscrapers. I would love to ask the vast, innocent and unsuspecting people worldwide whether they recognize the ties of deception and the external power struggle that awaits one bright-eyed giant and a sleeping dragon about to wake. Or does it just pretend to be snoozing, opening up one eye every now and then, perusing? Flying lizard with an ancient solar stare, spitting fire right next to the polar bear with the crescent moon and the rising sun. Don't get it twisted, dude, they all solidified as one, destined at a future hour for nuclear shower with a slick but ultra-myopic superpower who appears as a beacon of freedom. But in a few years you might not have them liberties when you need them. With all the recent strife up in the east, man did nothing more than breathe life into the beast. You are Sonic Jew.
Intelligence services were held in suspicion and even contempt. And for their service, America is grateful.
I was schooled in hidden institutions of forbidden wisdom, conditioned for any kind of criticism given. I chose the Prince of Peace and made him speak of tranquil missions. Watched some kingdom beasts and shaped the way the world is living. I stole some elements from various religions, hijacked the obelisk from ancient Egyptians, took the pyramid and gave the capstone vision, turned the dollar into God, now you're all worshiping my system. You can call me capitalistic communism, but I am the enlightened one, Illuminism. Futile is your resistance, I've bamboozled Orthodox Jews and cons Christians. seat is sweet. On second thought, I think you better hold the phone. Plus it's difficult to dial without my cortisone shot. I ain't got the number memorized, the order's wrong. I wanted to wait till the dragnet was complete, and it's kinda hard to sleep with these magnets on my feet. My prefrontal cortex never gets spoiled. Dimethyl sulfoxide and peppermint oil. Mr. Caterpillar, hate to break your bubble, but when the cordyceps can sporulate, it could be trouble. I promise you, if I don't get a vision when I take a little trip to Desolation Peak, my name ain't Robert Blake. Thank God I'm lucid, but I'm out of here if shit gets crazy. Word to Solomon, we're gonna have to split the baby. You really have to suffer with the greatest delusions to think that you can come up with creative solutions to solve a problem such as this without a Machiavellian twist. You really have to suffer with the greatest delusions to think that you can come up with creative solutions to solve a problem such as this without a Machiavellian twist.
Solar systems and planets, I go the distance and manage to show horrifical damage to prototypical pamphlets. Loaded pistols are handed and smoking missiles are landed. My stoic physical stance is a low invisible mantis. Property is destroyed, monopolies are employed. They copying me and boy, I'm obviously annoyed. No question my weapons boom, world record exit wounds. My treacherous methods know my top ciphers the crescent moon. You just intercepted doom, molecular specs consumed. Swept with brooms, I kill rappers from separate rooms. The wizardry is real, you must believe in the potion. You a walking stunt like Evil Knievel approaching. I cremate you with the lyrics for not heeding emotion. Now you ashy like black knees in need of some lotion. True devotion leads you to conceiving the notion that my cerebral can even plant trees in the ocean.
You really have to suffer with the greatest delusions to think that you can come up with creative solutions to solve a problem such as this without a Machiavellian twist. You really have to suffer with the greatest delusions to think that you can come up with creative solutions to solve a problem such as this without a Machiavellian twist. Snouts, hooves, assholes, lips. Ooh, don't get caught in the grips with the candles and the lambs and the scandals and the scams. Players better watch the game when there's vandals in the stands. Soap on a rope shifting into the shape of the Pope for the filthy reptiles in the moat. My new binoculars let me see a few kilometers. Inductively couple plasma quadruple mass spectrometers. Wars are the richest harvest of Khazars, so I plan to terraform Mars and bask in the stars. Borderline manic depression, panic aggression, romantic obsession with sandwiches dressed in a tantric confection. I am now intangible in a lunar plume. This is not a doom and gloom tune, so consume a shroom. I cannot be bribed, so don't react with fever. I am from the tribe of Smoker Sakachiba.
I possess an unlimited skill set, but I still get the feeling that my real essence hasn't been revealed yet. They wake up out of comas to jam me. No one can understand how I managed to ram his whole family into a Camry with a guardian beside me to guide me. I'm a self-built robotic hovercraft and I'm just learning how to fly me. When I hit you with this lyrical Tai Chi, you'll never be whole again like the answer to 10 divided by 3. I don't think you wanna grapple. I'm quick to emerge and baffle with my words. My tongue is like a surgeon's scalpel. When I spoke, you made jokes, but I'm so dope that when the guillotine hit my throat, the blade broke. Conjure a lyrical spell up. I'm on an extraterrestrial level now, and my brain's still underdeveloped. The rap version of Survivor Man. Understand? You couldn't spit like me if we traded saliva glands.
You really have to suffer with the greatest delusions to think that you can come up with creative solutions to solve a problem such as this without a Machiavellian twist. You really have to suffer with the greatest delusions to think that you can come up with creative solutions to solve a problem such as this without a Machiavellian twist. I am not a powder keg, but if I blow up in a crowd, somebody's hopping away without a leg. You better take it down a peg. If you want another Plinko chip, you gotta learn how to beg. Don't make me bring the artillery to the front. These Israeli arms dealers are billing me with the brunt. You can bring all the shillery that you want. I will send one of my men to kick Hillary, and her confrontation of a tyrant is a beautiful thing, like making love in the antediluvian spring. When the flood happens, it ain't moving a thing. I'll turn to stone like the brothers of a Peruvian king. Make a move now, don't act hasty. Jose Capablanca wouldn't wanna face me. When all your pawns are gone, your bastard's lost. Now who the fuck is Gary Kasparov?
Machete attacks similar when my tongue ripped him. They labeled it triple homicide with one victim. I'm in your face like 3D. You see me, but it's not real like that yellow first down line on TV. My flow grows increasingly speedy. Even when I'm full, I keep eating MCs because greatness is greedy. Show me where the folks from the streets be, cause I'm deeply entrenched in the hood. To meet with kings and queens is
yes, they agree to it.
That's how they think.
But here's what's going on in their head.
It's atrocious.
Yeah, it does not make a difference what a goy do. War plans are well in place to deploy you. As such, you will come when we call you. We can elevate your status or make it fall through. If you're on point, we ignore you. Unless you make too much noise, then we destroy you. Economic warfare may appall you, but poverty's a weapon we've been using to assault you. Interfere here, we're gonna have to saw you in half your lap, but I promise you it's all true. We feed them fluff and stuff that's god-awful. They happily eat it up and gobble every morsel. It's amazing what a fabricated war do. You don't comprehend the schematics. Poor you. It's a real tough space to crawl through. Fuck around, who'll call you anti-Semite. It used to work well and such. You only used it in the clutch. Anti-Semite. But you do it around so much, it looks like it's losing its touch. Anti-Semite. Tell me what you're gonna do that night when everybody sees through that hype. Anti-Semite. It used to be a person that didn't like Jews. Now it's somebody that you don't like.
Legends has assumed we are getting nuked by Iran. This is proof, credit Jews and Mossad. Can't stand Pilates, I juke my alarm. As bands of jihadis go ooze by a bomb. Stop loose screwing and shoot via com. See through the lies of root fighting bomb. Jews don't believe in no one Jehovah. Nobody thinks that you punks are chosen. Israelite Semite that comes ferocious. Pashtun prince from the sons of Joseph. Hungry vultures construct your coaches. Cucks say yuck and crush the roaches. Tons of hoaxes that blunt your movements. Your father line is just atrocious. Subvert manhood with a bunch of tricks. You hate real men cause you fucking kids.
It used to work well and such. You only used it in the clutch. Anti-Semite. But you do it around so much, it looks like it's losing its touch. Anti-Semite. Tell me what you're gonna do that night when everybody sees through that hype. Anti-Semite. It used to be a person that didn't like Jews. Now it's somebody that you don't like. Anti-Semite.
Don't think I believe this shit. That's not what I said.
Anti-Semite.
Peace, yes, they've agreed to it. But here's what's going on in their head.
Anti-Semite.
No, I don't believe that shit. That's not what I said.
Anti-Semite.
As they pretend to agree with it, at least you know what's going on in their head.
I know that you're very concerned about these civilian casualties. Well, we do not share your concern about civilian casualties at all. In fact, we're conducting these surgical operations against schools, mosques, hospitals, universities, children, and one of the things that we're doing is trying to maximize the number of civilian casualties. We prefer that. I know that you understand this, but if not, this is something that I don't have to explain to Americans, President Obama, you, and the international community. We do not share your concern about civilian casualties at all. Welcome to Jerusalem.
Anti-Semite.
Get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you. You only exist out here because of me.
Practitioners of pedophilia. That is who's running America. Just read Encyclopedia Judaica. All the Talmudic hysteria.
Mr. Dershowitz, look me in the eye when I talk to you. Do you understand all the charges that were brought to you? Has your counsel recommended everything you ought to do? Have you been advised of all the options we afford to you? The prosecution is prepared to offer you a plea. They say they've identified Jane Doe number 3. Virginia Roberts photograph, nude frontally with you, Mr. Dershowitz. Do you want to see? That's what I thought. We can make it all inadmissible if you be a good sport. Admit you got caught, and don't let me see a cheeky little beady-eyed rat face in my court. And I'll retain this for the future. In the event we feel the need to prosecute ya. And the world will never get to see you minus your clothes. If you remain on your toes, remember anything goes.
Practitioners of pedophilia. That is who's running America. Just read Encyclopedia Judaica, and you'll see all of the Talmudic hysteria.
Obama and his first lady boy had a little taste. The late Joan Rivers spilled the beans on his little case. We all know Michelle is a tranny, why you can tell by the little swell in her panties. Now he doesn't have to worry about a cycle. It's no wonder why he accidentally called her Michael. Shoulders, uncanny, spooky, biceps more manly than Danny Bonaducci. But that's just the tip of the obelisk. Shit so deep happening you cannot swallow this. Slavery is in everything that you use, from your smartphone to your chocolate to your shoes. Parents hand over their kids thinking they gon' get paid, but then they get bought and sold as a slave. Your little boys are taught to be queers, your girls are being trained as hoes. When dealing with those, remember anything goes.
Practitioners of pedophilia.
That's who.
That is who's running America. Just read Encyclopedia Judaica, and you'll see all of the Talmudic hysteria.
If you wanna know the agenda, I'm telling you the purpose repurposing. Take a look at who they got your little kids worshiping. These cowards love a dead target, looking for whom they roll out the red carpet. I call it Luciferian limelight. Diddling kids to them is nothing but divine right. You must be a genius to let a rabbi suck the blood from your little baby's penis. They want that the way of the future. You got something different to say and they'll shoot you. This is just a little star in the galaxy. Next they plan to normalize bestiality. If you knew where it went, you'd be shocked. This kind of behavior is sanctioned at the top. Obama, Epstein, Dershowitz, and Bill Clinton exposed. In the next episode, remember, anything goes. Watch out for these
practitioners of pedophilia.
They're all over.
That is who's running America. Just read Encyclopedia Judaica, and you'll see all of the Talmudic hysteria.
Up in poisonous blunts. People wanna backbite, haters wanna front. I ain't Lee Majors, this is not no stunt. And I won't play the fall freaking guy while they're all speaking lies for the all-seeing eye. Got you all preoccupied with being fly, thinking that you're reaching high when you never seen the sky. Just a picture, just an illustration, a facsimile intended to kill a nation. Children are robbed for their scruples by degenerates. I can see it in their motherfucking pupils.
Am I the type of guy to stay silent while they rape and pillage my culture? Talmudic eyes stare at me like a hawk when I expose them as vulture.
The fake left-right paradigm we all got an eye on. We know it don't matter which side of the bird you fly on. This wing, that wing, let them lie on. Your only destination is degradation in Zion. Beautiful pictures that they painted for the zealots. Look at the scripture, shit is tainted, I can smell it. They locked you in a stadium and made you jealous. Hot dogs watching a ball game, they can relish. What a wonderful facsimile to satiate the greater hate you should be feeling for your enemy, who've openly expressed their intent to destroy you, telling you their genocidal plan all cordial, right in your face like it's intended to help you. You're the new Palestinian, you will be seeking shelter. They got the goyim ecstatic for their freebies. To tell the truth, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know about you, but I don't like looking into these Talmudic eyes while they're clearly telling me blatant genocidal lies. I want to make it known I don't have the capacity for hate, though I do deeply despise and have a great disdain for those inflicting the pain that's interfering with my enterprise. Every time they degenerate a goy girl, it's a mitzvah. For goy girls were born in the state of Niddah. Their holiest book could not be rottener. It tells you Mary's a whore who made it with a carpenter. They got you thinking this book is so heaven-sent. Meanwhile, Jesus is burning eternally in some excrement. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but your enemy number one to these international Jews. Their record labels are driven to weaponize the youth while they own stocks in all of the private prisons. It got me wondering just how stupid somebody would have to be to see it's not Talmudic. At a certain point you do get inflamed, but then you gotta ask the question, man, who do you blame? I'm of the mind it's up to us to destroy them, and if we fail, then the fault falls flush on the goyim.
Am I the type of guy
you must be mistaken
to stay silent while they rape and
never, never, never. Watch out. Deceit is their vocation.
Stay with me like a hawk when I expose them as vultures.
What makes a fox man wanna fear me? This is the embodiment of godliness sincerely. What makes a fox man wanna
You should know better than that.
What makes a fox man wanna fear me? This is the embodiment of godliness. What makes a fox man wanna fear me? Fingers in their ears acting like they don't hear me. What makes a fox man wanna fear me? This is the embodiment of godliness sincerely. A testament to the evidence, so they smear me. Trying to hijack my struggle to profiteer me. What makes a fox man wanna fear me? This is the embodiment of godliness sincerely.
Am I the type of God to stay silent while they rape and pillage my culture? Tell me, God, stay with me like a hawk when I expose them as vultures.
Skinner, Pavlov, Russell, all directly connected to the Illuminati hustle. Roosevelt, Churchill, Stalin, Hitler, their paychecks were signed by the very same critters. A hidden hand ran things in the days of Sparta, and ain't a damn thing changed with the Magna Carta. The bank recruits maniacs, their eyes go cha-ching, and their mouth starts foaming like rabies rats.
And this guy over here sure looks suspicious. A lot of promises, he knows you got a lot of wishes.
Obama kept his banker boss's war on. Vote for him again, and you have to be a certified moron. Your new world order will fail miserably. You will be lucky if you rot in your jail. We know exactly what your agenda entails. Make no mistake, the people will prevail. I said your new world order will fail miserably. You will be lucky if you rot in your jail. We know exactly what your agenda entails. Make no mistake, the people will prevail. If you think they're gonna save you, I'm obligated to laugh at ya, cause their idea of peace resembles Attica. Back in the days, Cecil Rhodes went to save Africa. What resulted was a bloody massacre. And Cecil Rhodes' ghost still lurks in the mist. Lord Milner's will ensured it exists. Bonafide sociopaths did they enlist. Target America, mission accomplished.
You spare a little change. If my debt isn't paid, they said I'm going on one of the drains.
Remember when a million was a million?
Can you spare a little change? If my debt isn't paid, they said I'm going on one of the trains.
Remember when a million was a million? When I grip a pen in the pad, the outcome is effortless. I hijack a track like Israeli terrorists. Payday slated to slay they who oppose them. I wrote a holy book and picked me as the chosen. I'm closing any debate on the notion of any so-called rapper touching what I'm composing. You're frozen by the bloody diamonds you've been buying. A junk stone that got Africans dying to supply them. I'm trying to provide them with a compass to guide them to the land that they were promised and the consciousness inside them. But the goyim have an inherent affinity for Zion, not knowing to stay the fuck away from Cohen cause he's lying. Your label
People don't produce Def Jams, they harvest garbage. Someone should cut off your left hand so you can get a little taste of Sierra Leone. You're owned by terrorists and I'm here to make it known. Your new world order will fail miserably. You will be lucky if you rot in your jail. We know exactly what your agenda entails. Make no mistake, the people will prevail. I said your new world order will fail miserably. You will be lucky if you rot in your jail. We know exactly what your agenda entails. Make no mistake, the people will prevail.